Hey, once again, this is your friend of Black and White, Red Bear Panda, and we're back with another video essay, or basically a video with me talking, making commentaries and all that shit. Anyway, patch notes 4.1 for Space Marine 2 has, well, at least the announcement of it, has been released, and the devs have something to say about the recent patches and made quite a few changes based on, well, of course, player feedback. Now, if you guys didn't know, the recent patch 4.0 left the game with some negative reviews on Steam, and people or players in general just complaining or not happy about the recent update. So the devs finally answered that, and here's what they had to say. Hi Space Marines, as we discussed last week, we've been monitoring your feedback since last Thursday's patch 4.0 and have decided to address your pressing concerns with a new balancing update coming this Thursday. So that's October 24th. Well, it's over October 24th here in the Philippines, so I guess it's either tonight or sometime around tomorrow. Anyway, before we get to the details of the new patch, thank you all for being so involved with the game and making your opinions heard. While we notice criticism with regards to difficulty adjustments, and rightly so, we'd like to thank you for your very positive feedback on the new termination map. No matter the feedback, we're grateful that you feel so passionate about Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. The key takeaway for me personally is that I forgot that once the game comes out, it's no longer a dev's game, it's yours first and foremost. And this is why moving forward, we'd like to discuss this energy by establishing public test servers. They would let you try out balancing updates and make your voices heard before they are pushed onto the public branches. We're hoping to make these available around early 2025. So stay tuned to our channels for more info. Then that's Dimitri. I can't pronounce that last name. He's the game director. So I guess they're letting the players test future updates sometime around early next year. So I guess that's a good way to to get feedbacks early before you implement new balancing or tweaks or anything anything new into the game pretty much. So, and here's the reason why we are making this video. So there will be gameplay and balancing tweaks in operations mode. So AI directors and enemy spawns, there's going to be some changes to that. According to the developer, they overlooked the fact that some of the lower difficulties were affected with the recent changes, making them more or making them harder than they should be. So yeah, and this is what happened. So on that note, the developers decided to reduce the spawn rate of extremist enemies back, or they rolled it back to pre-patch 4.0 levels. So I guess you'll see less extremist enemies when you're playing in minimal, average, and substantial difficulties, because during this patch, yeah, they did come out quite frequently, and the zoanthrope pairs are one of the most annoying ones to deal with. Of course, in rootless difficulty, you'll now have a significantly reduced spawn rate of extremist enemies. Okay, alright, so they also reduced spawn rate of extremist enemies on rootless too. Okay. And when I was playing it during the patch point where there are a lot of extremist enemies, but it's something that I personally enjoyed unless I'm dealing with zoanthropes, because I main Vanguard and I can't hit that thing unless it comes down. So, but they're really, really annoying to deal with. Alright, for weapons, this is one of the better buffs. Basically, they buffed the bolters across the board. So for auto bolt rifles, they got a 20% damage increase, bolt rifle 10, heavy bolt rifle 15, and so on and so forth. So I guess this will make bolters viable weapons for operations, which is a good thing. No one's forced to use the melter rifle or the plasma pistol or pretty much any other weapon, and we can expand our playstyle more. So I'm looking forward to this, since I really love the bolt rifle with grenade launcher for my tactical marines. All right, so in difficulty, okay, for rootless, the player's armor is increased by 10%. So yep, you're gonna be tankier when you're playing in ruthless. And what else? We are partially rolling back the change from the previous patch on rootless difficulty following your feedback, with patch 4.1, we're hoping to find the right compromise between how easy rootless difficulty felt after patch 3.0 and how it felt after last week's patch 4.0. Okay. Alright, so this is part of their previous measure. The reason why they reduced player armors because the win rates started going over 80% after patch 3.0. So, or lethal tied for, okay, so this is the probably the best thing they did this patch, for me at least, in my opinion. Removing the tight formation system for lethal difficulty. Now, I do understand why they added it in the first place. You would want your teams to be tight and, you know, focus more on teamwork instead of just trying to pick one enemy off or horde off by yourself. But it really nerfs the roles of vanguard, assault, and snipers, in which that vanguard you can pick off enemies from afar, hit them with your chain sword so that your team can take care of the other hordes. And for snipers, they do really need to stay far away at the back so that they can safely snipe off other Mayoris or extremist enemies. So yeah, all right, this is a good thing to do. So you'll give much more freedom for players to play however they want to play. All right, so for AI, we got two updates for the AI. One is for your bot allies, and they'll now deal 30% more damage to bosses, making them more useful. And for zoanthropes, they'll the shield swap cooldown with another paired zoanthrope is increased by 10%, and they're hoping, or the developers are hoping, that these will make them this change will make them less annoying than they have to be, because they are pretty annoying, especially the shield part, and they can both attack you at once. I did read from one player that maybe the zoanthrope that's providing the shield shouldn't be able to attack, but I guess they didn't implement that here. So let's see how it feels when the patch rolls out. Alright, for general fixes and tech, they fixed a bug that caused roll distance to be shorter than before. This might explain why I still can get hit when I'm dodging range attacks. Because prior to patch 3.0, I dodged once, or I pressed the spacebar once, and then I should be able to freely dodge some range attacks, but for some reason I'm falling short, and I guess that's what it is, or maybe I just timed my dodges wrong, I don't know, but we'll see once the patch rolls out. Okay, they also fixed a bug with unlocking lethal difficulty rewards decals. I have not seen this problem because I have not messed with the decals just yet. All right, and then of course crash fixes and general stability improvements. Now, I did read some players having issues with their game crashing more frequently in patch 4.0 than before. So, but I haven't had problems on my end. Hopefully, I do not have that problem. So okay, so that's about it for what we can expect this patch 4.1, which is coming either tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. I live in a different time zone than the developers. So, and let me know what you think, guys, when it comes to this update. All right, I'll see you guys around. As always, the Emperor protects. Bye bye.